Welcome to 10.4. This is our fourth lesson on basic trigonometric ratios and such. So, sorry, today we're doing radians, which is what we use instead of degrees most of the time as you advance in math, and of great help. Given a circle with a radius of 1 unit, what is its circumference? Well, remember that the formula for circumference is pi d. All right, now if d then is 2, right? Because the radius is 1, the diameter is 2. So the circumference is going to be 2 pi. What is the arc length of half of the circle? So if the entire circle, it's going out 1 unit in all directions. If the entire circle's circumference is 2 pi, half is going to be pi. 2 pi over 2 pi. So the answer to this one is just pi. What is the arc length of a quarter of a circle? Well, again, we've got the whole thing is 2 pi, and a quarter is going to be pi over 2. So it's pi over 2. Circle, which will be... All right, a central angle has its vertex at the center of a circle. So this angle right there would be the central angle. The intersections of the circle and the angle's sides define the intercepted arc. I have my space here. I'm going to do it over here. So what we're saying is that if I have a circle, okay, my circles aren't great, and I have two sides. Okay, so the initial side and the terminal side. This is all defining a central angle. And then we also have the circle. The intercepted arc is the red portion. It's that portion of the circle that is being cut out, if you will, by my two sides. That is our arc. All right, the direction of the arc length S is positive. Okay, so in this case, it's going up, so it would be a positive length. An arc arching down would be a negative length. All right, the radian measure of an angle is defined as the ratio of its intercepted arc's length, S, to the circle's radius, R. Okay, so we end up with this equation. Theta, that's the angle, is equal to S, the arc length, divided by R. Another way to look at this is that, right, S, if I multiply both sides, is equal to theta times R. Arc length is theta times R, okay? All right. The direction of the arc length, S is positive when the angle is positive and negative when the angle is negative. The radian measure of an angle is defined as the ratio of its intercepted arc length to the circle's radius. We just did that. For a complete revolution of 360, the arc length is 2 pi r. Remember we said a whole circle is 2 pi. The circumference of the circle, therefore, is 2 pi radians. This is how we define radians. So 2 pi radians is 360. Pi radians is equal to 180 degrees. Now, to convert back and forth, the best way I can explain this So what we do is we look at this and we say degrees. I'm going to cross out what I don't want. So what I don't want is represented by the 180 degrees. We're going to multiply in what we do want, which is pi. Okay? So what we've got here is, well, 60 divided by 180. Well, there are 3 of them in this, so I have pi over 3. Now, the other direction is the same thing. Pi over 4. I want to get rid of the pi's, so I divide out the pi, and I want to gain degrees, so I put the 180 on top. Now, the 2 pi's cross out. 180 divided by 4 is 45 degrees. This is how we convert back and forth between the two. Okay, convert pi over 2 to degree measure. Pi over 2. I'm going to multiply this by, divide out the pi's because I don't want them. I do want the degrees. So, 180 divided by 2 is 90 degrees. Convert 300 degrees to radian measure. So I have 300 degrees. I want to divide out my degrees, and I want to gain pi. All right, so 18 is 3 times 3 times 2, and then it's times a 10. So this is 3 times 2 times 10. That gives me, nope, sorry, that 10 should be a 5. That gives me the 30, and then it's times 10. So I can get rid of the 10s, and get rid of the 2s, and I can get rid of one of the 3s. So I end up with 5 pi over 3. Okay? 5 pi over 3. That's my radian measure. Radian measures are commonly expressed in terms of pi rather than as a decimal number. The length of an arc with radius r intercepted by a central angle, this we already talked about. Sorry. I meant to highlight, not scribble. There we go. S equals r theta. All right, find the length of each illustrated arc. Well, what do we know? All right, we know that this this angle is 60 degrees. So, and this angle is 3 pi over 4. So A, arc length, remember, arc length S is equal to r theta. R is 8. And then I have 2 different thetas. So A is r, 8 centimeters, times 3 pi over 4. Right. Okay, so 4 goes into 8 2 times. 2 times 3 is 6. That's my answer, 6 pi. Oh, here's my other thing. Okay, the thing you have to remember is that theta must be in radians. That's why you see here we're multiplying it by pi over 180 because that converts this 60 into radians. So this converted to radians, and then I have to multiply it by 8. All right, so 60 goes into 183 times. I end up with 8 pi over 3, and it was a negative because I had a negative over here. So that is the angle for B. Sorry, the length of B is negative 8 pi over 3. Okay. I did go too fast. All right. Using radian measure in a circle with a radius of 1 unit causes the arc length S to equal the radian measure of the central angle. Right, because if r is 1, then I have 1 times theta. Okay, so it's just theta. So then S is equal to theta if it's a unit circle. The unit circle has a radius of 1 unit and is centered at the origin. Its equation is x squared plus y squared equals 1. When an angle theta, look at our graph here. When an angle theta, see, so I've got theta. When an angle theta is drawn in standard position, the intersection of its terminal side and the unit circle is. So this is talking about a point. This point right here, that point there is cosine theta, sine theta. The x value is cosine theta, so this half is cosine theta, and the y value is sine theta. So those are my two side lengths. When the reference angle alpha, that's this guy down here, when the reference angle alpha is drawn within the unit circle, its legs have the lengths of cosine alpha and sine alpha. All right. All right, come on. Okay, so state the exact values of the cosine, sine, and tangent of 135 degrees. Okay, they drew it all out here for you. So if this is the point on the unit circle, that tells me that R is 1, right? So if R is 1, and I have those two values, x and y, I can use Sir-Tick-Sir-Ticks. All right, using Sir-Tick-Sir-Ticks, sine is y over r. So y is negative root 2 over 2 over r. Well, you don't need to write over 1, do you? So we can just get rid of the over 1, and my answer is just negative root 2 over 2. Notice that we said sine theta was the y value. Boom. And we said the cosine value was the x value. And that our tangent is y over x. The root 2's, I end up with a number over itself with a negative sign. So really it's just negative 1. So the tan of 45 is 1. Since it's in that quadrant, it's negative 1. All right. State the exact values of the cosine, sine, and tangent of negative pi over 2. It's labeled out here in green. 1, 1. Remember that we then have an hypotenuse of root 2. Never mind. That's not what we need to worry about right now. All right, we have a point on that circle, 0, negative 1. So I know the cosine is the x value. The sine is the y value. And the tangent is y over x. Well, that's undefined because it's divided by 0. So we have 0, negative 1, and undefined. Now this is a picture of the unit circle. This can help you a lot, so you'd get familiar with it. But because on the unit circle, these values, okay, so pi over 6 is going to be at, I'm just trying to remember here, hang on. Oh, okay, I know it. Sine is 1/2, so that's 1/2 and root 3 over 2. Pi is root 2 over 2, root 2 over 2. Again, these are values you should have memorized. And pi over 3 is flips 30 degrees, or pi over 6. So instead of 1/2, in the y, that's in the x, and root 3 over 2 is in my y value. And then the same is true all the way around. You just change the negative or positiveness depending on which quadrants you're in, whether x is negative or positive, whether y is negative or positive. All right, there you have it. If you have any questions, we will see you on Zoom.